In just 1 month, from May 26th to June 27th, Lisa Stafford has lost 8.8 pounds. These hacks are a big part of her healthier daily lifestyle. What are we doing? Keep listening as we share our top 12 simple summer hacks that can be applied all year round. Welcome to episode 86, Simple Summer Hacks That You Don't Need to Vacation From. Hi, I'm Clarinda, and you are listening to the Feel Light Mind and Body podcast, created for women like you. Women who are experiencing success in so many areas of life, but are struggling with weight loss, stress eating, and decreased energy. Losing weight can feel hard, heavy, and restrictive. That's why every week I will be offering you a different perspective, tips, encouragement, and a unique approach so that you can feel lighter in your mind and body rather than feeling deprived, frustrated, or discouraged. What if you could feel free, yet in control around food for the rest of your life? What if you could enjoy your experience of losing weight and getting healthier? You absolutely can. You're in the right place. Take this time for yourself and let's dive in. Lisa, who I first met at university during our nursing studies, decided she wanted private coaching to support and challenge her to reach her weight loss and mindset goals moving into summer. While you may think, why not wait until after summer, as it's so hard to lose weight with all the summer gatherings and treats around? Exactly one of the reasons she knew she needed the support right now. She chose the VIP option, which allows us to work on various areas in these 17 weeks. She also has access to the Feel Light Mind and Body program to refresh and support her as needed. I already had a draft outline for this episode, but after our coaching session this week, I decided to start with a new hack I hadn't thought of listing, but since it worked beautifully for her while on vacation, let's start with that. She had family visiting, a big birthday party, Father's Day, and time away in our beautiful coastal community of St. Andrews. So we knew it could be easy for her to slip out of focus. We've all been there. We can have the best of intentions, but in the excitement and distractions, it can easily get pushed to the back of our minds. Been there? So this is what she decided for her mantra, her declaration, and her commitment. Food is not my focus. It's my supplement, energy source, and supporter. Combined with quality sleep, these will allow me to create more memories and connections. My body can then rest and repair so I can keep up, participate, and stay present. We tied that back to her values work and decreased inflammation and weight loss goals. Now, note this important piece. When she got clear on this and felt it resonate in her body, that was the initial step. But if she had never reviewed it often, she probably wouldn't have had that beaming smile on her face when she proudly said, "Hey, not only did the scale drop while on vacation, most importantly, I'm feeling a significant improvement in my inflammation." She was able to add pool weights without increasing her pain. She's already feeling stronger and firmer, and her clothes are fitting better. She said she did remember her mantra daily and at various times throughout the day. So, what can you write out that will resonate with you? Make sure it's simple, realistic, and empowering, yet challenges you to grow. Then practice it daily, as it's not magic on its own. Now, this next hack is one of my favorites, as it keeps the teenager part of my brain from rebelling. Delayed gratification is so helpful when tempted to eat something that is right in front of you, but you know it's not going to help you reach your health goal. Goals like decreasing your blood pressure, sleeping better, or taking a few inches off of your waist or hips. Instead of the old mean mother's reply of no and relying on willpower, you can say, "Thank you, maybe later, but I'm good for now." You can even add it to your plan for later that week. Lovingly having your own back in reaching your goal is the ultimate long-term win. Here's the interesting and fun part. Often when the time comes to have it, I may delay it again because maybe I'm not hungry, even though others are enjoying an ice cream. Also, just because they are having one doesn't mean you have to. Focus on them and that connection. As I've done the work and see the results, I'm pickier about when and where I have an exception eat. I no longer indulge in it on a cool day. I kind of want all the conditions to be just right. I want the full experience, not rushed, truly hungry, the right quality of ice cream, and outside temperature. If you're one of my clients, remember, you can go through the allowing an urge process to help it dissipate and decide if you want to put that on your plan for a future time as an exception. Next, monitor your self-talk. Don't make yourself wrong for wanting something and getting all judgmental with yourself. Acknowledge that it does look yummy, but it's not for right now. If you notice a judgy chatter after having a bite or two, chatter that might sound like, "What's wrong with you? You know better than that. There you go again. You can't stick to anything." Nip that tone and voice sooner rather than later. Otherwise, you will end up eating more to get some relief and to balance out the guilt and shame feelings. Plan for the day. I've mentioned before that in the Feel Light Mind and Body program, I recommend you plan the night before, after dinner, or early morning before the day gets ahead of you, of what you'll eat and a general idea of when. We usually know our plans for that day as well as what food we have on hand. We can have a loose plan in mind for the weekend to know if that's when we want to enjoy a planned exception meal or drink. It's very doable to make a plan for gatherings as well as every day. You might not know exactly what will be there, but you can decide ahead of time if you're going to have a dessert, beverage, or other non-nutritious but delicious food that could be there. You can also decide the amount and timing ahead of time. If I say I'm going to have one dessert, but they all look tempting, I may choose to have a half a slice of the top two there. If it's late in the evening, I'll most likely skip out, as I value sleep more than I do sugar. Sleep. Yes, even in the summer, it's important to stay in our circadian rhythms. These vary from person to person, but generally speaking, we do best with sleep from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Your circadian 24-hour cycle is part of your body's internal clock that runs in the background, carrying out essential functions like hormones, immune system, metabolism, and more. What we eat and when, activity, stress, temperature of the room, and more affect this rhythm. So do light and dark. That's why it's harder to go to bed at 10 o'clock in June in Eastern Canada, which is Atlantic Standard Time, when it's still not completely dark. I also remember being on a cruise in Norway, and it was still light out when I finally was able to fall asleep around 4 a.m. It felt so strange. If you missed last week's episode called "There's No Need to Take a Vacation from Weight Loss, Here's Why," we talked more about sleep for maintaining energy. Have a listen, as these two episodes really go hand in hand. Maybe you're thinking, "Clarinda, I really want to enjoy a pop or soda, cooler, glass of wine, or another alcoholic or sugar beverage when I'm at the cottage, on my patio, or on vacation." Okay, here's a hack to lessen the impact that it has on your sleep. It's still taxing on your liver and may lead to adding in more food that you don't need, but by doing this hack, it will lessen the negative impact on you getting good quality sleep. So if you're going to have a beverage with sugar or alcohol in it, have it in the afternoon rather than around the fire at night. Your body won't have to work all night trying to rid the neurotoxin from your system, and will be able to do what it's supposed to be doing, repairing your body, rebalancing and processing, and staying in the rest and digest mode so you can absorb the nutrients from your last meal. As far as food hacks, there are so many I could share, but the most important one, I think, is adding in vegetables, protein, and a healthy fat with whatever else you eat. Rather than eating a carb by itself, decrease a glucose spike and insulin release by adding in fiber, good quality protein, and healthy fat. An exception that I've experimented with is eating my fruit alone and letting it begin digesting a bit before adding in a healthy fat like the raw nuts or seeds. Again, that's not every time, as I do love a tart apple dipped in almond butter. And I also love berries on a fresh green salad. Make sure you're enjoying the seasonal fruit, like fresh picked berries, for the next 2 months or so. Then it will be our delicious apple season. Eat your fruit rather than drink it as much as possible. Get the fiber along with the chewing satisfaction. Choose water first. We've heard this so many times that it's tempting to just skim over it. But listen again, especially if you're finding it hard to drink half your body weight in water. Know that if you're feeling thirsty, you're already dehydrated. You'll feel more tired and have less energy. Being dehydrated is hard on your skin, organs, and cell regeneration, and often shows up with brain fog or a slight headache. My daughter Bree always knew that her nurse mom was going to start treating any symptoms with water first. Rarely did we use a Tylenol or Advil unless there was a true illness or injury. I love that. She continues to live this way and has learned to make drinking water part of her health plan. I encouraged her to drink more water by adding strawberries, blueberries, sliced cucumber, and lemons, and keeping a large glass pitcher in the refrigerator. I often get questions about flavored water, and I'll just add to make sure you check the ingredients for sugar or anything ending in ose or tol, so T-O-L, as that's usually artificial added sugar. Next hack is move more. I told you these were simple and basic, but that doesn't always mean they're easy or it's something we're going to naturally do. When it's hot, it's more tempting to laze around the pool or in the shade than it is to move our bodies. But staying active will give you more energy as you'll be breathing deeper and getting more oxygen in. Make it fun. Start a water fight or get out ahead of it and get your gardening, walking, or workout in as soon as you get up so you can have the cooler temperatures. On those really hot days, jump in the river, ocean, or pool to exercise. The pool isn't solely to float in. You've heard the expression, use it or lose it. No matter what your condition is, do what you can. If that means sitting in a chair and raising one leg at a time, or holding on to a water bottle and raising your arms above your head, start there. Move more today than you did yesterday. Let's not take it for granted if we can stand up, walk, or stay in balance. When our feet are on the ground, it stimulates the cerebellum for balance. That's one of the reasons it's imperative for nursing homes to get the residents up and on their feet every day to maintain their mobility and stability. An average healthy goal is to get 10,000 steps in daily or increase your current steps. My watch is set at 15,000. Since I'm at the desk for most of the day, I don't always reach it unless I go for a long walk, but I'm okay with that on the days I'm adding in weights. It's a great awareness tool. Use your steps to encourage you, not discourage you. Work with a coach. Why? As a certified life and weight coach, I understand and can empathize, but I don't commiserate with you as a friend does. I believe in you and remind you of what you're capable of when you're doubting yourself or being hard on yourself. It's so much better to have someone helping you get out of your funk. Great coaching includes a balanced amount of support and challenge. Support alone makes you feel seen and heard, but it may also keep you in your comfort, not so comfortable zone. Can you do it on your own? Yes, quite possibly. But when you feel supported and understood, but also challenged, you will get there easier and faster, and you don't have to feel alone in your healthier you journey. I meet with my clients weekly, but they know they can reach out anytime through the week if they're feeling stuck. They say that I say just the words I need to hear to get going again. So this hack will keep you from spinning your wheels and living the same week on repeat in frustration and discouragement. Next hack, get clear on what refreshes your soul that isn't food, drink, or another substance. What refreshes your mind, body, and spirit? What comes to mind for you? For me, it's nature. I feel renewed and refreshed after a short or long hike in the woods, being by a waterfall, or sitting by running water or waves. These are a desired and rejuvenating highlight for me in my week. On the busy days when work requires our attention, don't discount the short breaks when you can escape outside. Kick off those shoes and get your feet on the ground. You'll go back to work feeling more grounded and refreshed. Next, make your life more interesting than your food. This is a great one to end with. When we think of refreshments in the summertime, we often think of a pretty cold drink topped with a piece of fruit, or our minds go to ice cream. While enjoying that on occasion can be part of a healthy plan, why not acknowledge your desire, but then ask what else is refreshing for not only your taste buds, but for all of your senses? You don't have to break up with things you love unless you really see more value in doing so than not. But just like we can make changes for the better in romantic relationships, we can also do that with ourselves. We can do that with our relationship with food. You are the maker of the decision, not the food or what anyone else says or tempts you with. Be in the moment, slow down, and have fun. Make your life more interesting than your food. Explore more. Step outside of your comfort zone, and you'll feel more alive and satisfied. Stay connected in your health, mind, and body. Keep me in your ear, even though your mind might be saying, I'm so off track right now. Hey, even if it inspires you to make one positive change in a way that feels empowering, isn't that better than ignoring any reminders until you think you can do it perfectly? I'm not doing it perfectly, but every day I ask, what did I do yesterday that felt nurturing, that I want to do again? And what didn't I do that I want to be intentional about? Sprinkle that with some grace and love, and you'll keep moving forward rather than feeling stuck, or as one woman told me last week, she feels trapped in her body. Statements like that, along with Lisa's progressive wins, are why I show up here every week for you. Nothing feels better than living a life where you can feel light, mind, and body. Check out the link in this episode for my free gift for you. Now, do yourself the biggest favor. From love, take at least one action step from what you learned today. Knowledge without application won't give you the results that you desire. Let me know on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever, what you are choosing to do and when. And yes, please leave a podcast review wherever you are listening to this. When people read your words and can see themselves in them, then you are contributing to women empowering other women, and that feels amazing. You just might change or save a life today.